Do you want to be the best witch or wizard in Hogwarts Legacy? In today's video, I'm going to make sure that you are the best of that, because I'm going to be going through the best spell combination that you can be using in Hogwarts Legacy. Now, as you can see down in the corner, I have at number 1, Confringo, number 2, Accio, number 3, Transformation, number 4, Incendio. You can obviously do in any order you like, but that's just my order. Now, the talent system comes very, very important. You need to make sure that you use your talent points wisely and you use it on these. You will not be able to get these unlocked until you've passed level 22, so make sure you get to level 22, because there are some that has a level 22 required. Now, what you want to do with your talents, you want to go to your spells and you want to make sure that you have Incendio Mastery. Now this is going to unleash the Ring of Flame, which is going to surround a lot more damage, for more ground damage that are going to be enemies around you. You have Accio Mastery. Now the Accio Mastery is going to pull more people near you. You need to make sure that they are in a closed range. If you pull one that's super close to you and some are further behind, that's not going to work. You want to make sure it's in the right area and you try and ram them up, so you can use the Accio to bring in more, and then use your Incendio to, because that is the Ring of Flame, and once they land, use the Incendio to really get them off the ground. I'll show you examples in a second. And also use Confringo Mastery as well. Confringo is really good because it will bounce the fiery bolts back to each other enemies, which is really good. It won't matter what distance they are at, they will go back and forth and hit as many enemies, and that can create a lot of damage as well. And probably the biggest one, the one that requires yourself to be level 22, is the Transformation Mastery, which changes your enemies into explosive barrels, and you want to use that right against to the enemies, which is an amazing way to get so many kills and so much more XP going into this. Now for your second slot, you want to make sure you use this when your first slot is done, okay? You want to be using Bombarder. Bombarder is a great spell and it deals such a heavy damage. I think it's just a really good spell just to use for any situation, for, you know, puzzles, for enemies, just for, I think it's a really good all around. You have Defindo, which is amazing. It creates a lot of damage. Also replace Defindo with Confringo and make sure you have Defindo Mastery on, which is a really good way, because that can still create a lot of damage while the Accio is in the air. You can actually use Accio first to bring them up into multiple people in the air, and then you want to use Defindo because that creates a nice slash damage, and then use Incendio as soon as they fall on the ground. That can be a really good, but I just like Confringo. I think Confringo works very well with me. Now the reason why I like using Crucio and Avada Kedavra together is because, going back to the talents, the dark arts, you want to make sure you have Crucio Mastery, and this is very good because you can make other nearby enemies cursed as well. And once they have a cursed target on them and you have Avada Kedavra Mastery, it kills all the cursed enemies around, which is incredible. It kills them in one shot, and that is overpowered. But obviously Avada Kedavra takes a very long time to reload. Make sure you have Protego Mastery as well. Make sure you're doing this because in case your spells are need to refresh and you don't have time to do that, and using your combat, which is sometimes a little bit sucky, or they have a shield on for them and you need to use a certain spell and it's not ready, use Protego Mastery because it will break any spell. It will break any shield and it will create a lot more damage, and they'll knock over, and you should have more than enough time to unlock your next spells. Now, don't worry, don't mind me about the third and fourth slot. I think I like just having a fourth, slot for magical beasts. I have a magical beast section, and then the number 2 is just my kind of rumor requirement, and sometimes replacement for puzzles. I only like using 2 scrolls. It's just much easier for me. Well, I hope the most overpowered spell combat has helped you very much in this tutorial of how to become the best wizard or witch. thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope I helped you out here. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Really trying to reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I'd really appreciate if you guys can join along on the journey. So much content going to be coming out on the channel. Make sure to go down below in the comments and give me your thoughts on what you personally think is the best combat system for yourself, or if this one is the best combat system you have seen. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. But as always, one's at the ready.